Barbados, get up. Good morning. Good morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, morning, morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Morning, Barbados. Good morning. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Morning to you.
Indeed, good morning to you and welcome to Wednesday, everyone. Wednesday, the 13th of August, 2025. I'm Pearson Bowen, always wonderful having you company. Hope you're doing well today. Welcome to the middle of the week, but most of all, welcome to another beautiful today for you to make a difference. I hope you take the time to do so consciously, a positive difference indeed. And so there's a lot to get to today, so I wouldn't delay you much further. But to all of you who are watching us on our streams on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, cbc.bb, to each of you and every one of you, we say good morning. We hope you have a lovely today. Remember, talk between yourselves, but talk back to us. And as always, if you know of something or someone whose story we need to tell, we want you to tell us about it. Send us an email. Our email address is on your screen. That is morninbarbados@cbc.bb. morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And we thank you for doing so. Share the show. Bring someone else new every morning. Let's build our community of those who gather every morning around the TV and computer screens to engage in what we believe is an awesome encounter. So we want you to continue doing so. And we thank you, those of you who do share the show and bring others along every day. The community is growing and we absolutely love it. Now, coming up today, we'll take a look at crime. We get the story of a young man who himself has been troubled by crime and being involved in crime. And so he's proud enough to talk about that, but he's also proud enough to talk about his redemption. And so that's a positive story we want to share with you today. We'll also hear about a series soon to CBC TV8 that profiles people and programs in our community who are turning negatives to positives. Recognizing excellence is what they do, and so they're living by their example. HERMAP, when we talk HR with HERMAP today, will talk to us a little bit about their upcoming recognition of practitioners in HR, plus an upcoming seminar, webinar that looks at AI in HR. So we'll talk to them about that in just a little bit as well. St. James Parish Church are living by their belief, which is feed my people. They're feeding people, but they need your help. And so how do we do so? We'll discuss that with them in just a little bit as well. We continue to whet your appetite about Carry Festa 15, which starts, as you know, on the 22nd of August. That's coming up in a matter of days, 9 days away from the start of Carry Festa, running until the end of the month. And so today we want to look at the discipline of dance. And where else can you come out to engage in dance in all of its iterations? If you know of Janita Austin, then you perhaps have read her story. For a lot of us, it's a tragedy of sorts, but she needs your help. And so there's a team of people who've come together to have a fundraiser this weekend. We shall give you details, but we will be also appealing to you to lend your support as we lift her up indeed. Also, we'll meet a winner of Grand Kadooment. Quincy Jones will be here. He'll talk to us about his reasons for re-entering Kadooment and his life and journey over the years. But let's get started this morning by looking at the work of St. James Parish Church and how they're impacting the people who are in their community, but the people who worship with them as well. Joining me is the assistant priest in charge of St. James Parish Church, the one and only, the Reverend Graveney Bannister. Good morning to Reverend Bannister.
Good morning to you, Pearson. Good morning, Barbados.
I have not dared to call you Graveney.
Why not?
You kidding me?
You call me Graveney.
Okay, Graveney it shall be. Let's talk a little bit about this upcoming activity and why the church is doing it.
Well, Pearson, I wanted to do something for our young people in the parish. And many people might not know that I retired from the magistrate court bench. So you don't need to be fearful anymore.
Thank you very much.
So instead of having a big party, I decided, look, what can I do to assist the young people in the parish? And I came up with the idea of having a fundraiser in the form of a concert, classical music, the Barbados Police Service Band, along with a number of jazz artists. And it's on the 5th of September at 6 p.m. at St. James Parish Church.
This sounds as if it's going to be a very delightful evening indeed. It starts around in the evening time, right?
6 p.m.
6 o'clock.
Yes.
Just before the sun really goes all the way down.
Just before sunset.
That's right. Imagine that you're sitting literally, and it's at the church, on the church compound.
Yes,
Right
in
at
the church.
water's edge, where the sun sets in the west. And as it fades below the horizon, you are also in the spirit in there, enjoying the best of Barbados, the band of the police service, as well as jazz artists. Can you list
Yes.
for us some of those who are
Yes,
going to be there?
we have Kieran Griffith, who is a saxophonist, a performer, and David Scott. These two young men are highly recommended by Dr.
Roger?
The organist at St. James Church.
Yes.
And he has recommended David Scott, who's a former student of BCC, and Kieran, who is a fifth form student at St. Michael's School. And Dr. Ford, he recommends them highly. He's saying that there's a strong likelihood that Kieran will go on to do tertiary studies in music. And he went off this year to North Dakota in the United States to a camp, an international music camp. So we're in for a treat.
I believe so too. I mean, excellence is what the music program at St. James has always been anyhow.
Of course.
We know Dr. Ford himself being one of the
Yes.
very best on island. And so we're going to get some of those kinds of activities, the best of the best in Barbados, along with the best band in the world, the Barbados Police Service
Indeed.
Band. Indeed. And while he's really good at the puppet, he's also good at the choral, the choristers' pews. But you're not singing, are you?
No.
You're forgiven indeed. But the classics are what we're expecting on that day.
Yes. And the Barbados Police Service Band has promised, as always, with the leader, Dexter, to give us a good show.
It'll be a great treat. It's on
Yes.
Friday the 5th of September.
Yes.
But why are you doing this? You're saying you're hoping
It's to raise
uplift-
money for scholarships for the young people in the parish, and for a student who should be going on from BCC on to UE to do
Right.
music.
Okay. So paint for me. It's in the yard,
It's in the church.
in the church itself.
The reception is in the yard.
Okay, got you. Keep
The
going.
intermission
So
reception.
in the
is
church
yard.
itself, within the hallowed halls of the St. James Parish Church, we'll all sit to enjoy
Yes.
this. The
And the
police
ambience.
The ambiance is
Yes.
The acoustics are fantastic in that church to begin with. I can tell you that for a
Yes.
fact. And so imagine the band of the Barbados Police Service there. You, the jazz artists, and just the sound within that space is exactly what you'll experience. And when you're done, you're so satisfied, you just want to retreat into the yard to enjoy some refreshment.
Of course.
So I suppose because it's a fundraiser, people need to pay.
Well, the refreshments are free,
Are free.
but the tickets in advance are $50,
Right.
and at the door $70.
Okay, in advance then, how can we get tickets?
You can get tickets from St. James Parish Church office, from Soul Addiction on Lower Broad Street, or from myself.
Who doesn't know Grave the Barrister? So find him as he might find you and give him buy a ticket indeed. $50 in advance. You pay $70 at the door.
Yes.
Soul Addiction in town. That's you know, I'm not going to advertise for them, but you know exactly where they are. You get your ticket from there as well. You pay at the door $70. And so we want to encourage all of you, or as many of you as possible, not just people who want to support young people, but lovers of great music. And we're showcasing the very best of Barbados on that one night, Friday the 5th of September, starting at 6 p.m. Just as the sun is about to set, you are there to lift your voice in support of these young people who are really pursuing pursuits that a lot of us wish we could, but they're doing so with excellence. And so we want to encourage you to give your full support. Remember, the church office is another place where you can go to get. And I'm supposing that hopefully, all fingers crossed, this can become an annual activity.
Hopefully it will, because there's always a need, especially back to school time, and also for students who are going off to university to assist them.
This is really nice. And so, how many recipients are you hoping to be able to support?
I've got a list of 15 so far, and then I have in mind some other students from BCC or in the community who will be going on to tertiary education.
We all want to see young people exceed, and so this is another opportunity for us to join in that effort of helping young people exceed. There are, and I you know me, I preach this on the show, there are phenomenal young people among us who are doing brilliant things.
Indeed.
And so it behoves all of us, and Old People's Word, all of us really to be able to lend our full support to this activity. It's happening on the 5th of September, a Friday evening at 6 o'clock. So when your work week is done, get ready and get excited for the night of Friday the 5th. Indeed, to really start your weekend in a very significant way and to kickstart some lives as well.
You can have your happy hour at St. James.
Indeed, so on the beach.
Not literally.
I get you. The beach then becomes yours thereafter. Yes. But it's happening on the 5th of September. It's a Friday evening. Remember, it's a fundraiser. So as much as you can give, give. But we want to encourage all of you, if you know of someone who wants to join you, encourage them also to go to Soul Addiction to get their ticket from the church office as well. And that's $50 in advance of the evening. If you come to the door and you just want to show up and pay, that's okay too. We will not turn you away. That, however, will be $70. At the end of it all, you will have refreshments free of charge on the grounds of the church, which is absolutely beautiful, right there nestled right there in St. James. And so you are going to be in for a true treat. The young people will be thankful for the support given from this activity as well, from all of the funds that you have assisted in raising for the scholarships of these young people. Is there anything else?
And the number for the church office is 422-4117.
422-4117. Got it. 422-4117. Reserve your tickets. Reserve your tickets as soon as you possibly can. And you know, you're lending to a really, really good cause. An evening of elegance, jazz, and classics. Featuring the band of the Barbados Police Service, as well as a range of jazz artists. They're producing and presenting to us the classics. Immerse yourself in that moment when you can just close your eyes and just imagine the beauty of what those classics mean to you. You can just sit there, sing along, hum along, to move along, to clap along, to
tap your feet.
Tap your feet too, because they're things with which you're absolutely familiar, produced and presented by some of the very best on island. Your support goes towards a scholarship fund, and so your support is required, and we thank you for being able to do so indeed.
Yes, and I want to thank the public in advance for the support.
Yeah.
And thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Thank you as well. The Reverend Graveney Bannister, who is the assistant priest in charge of St. James Parish Church, inviting you to the upcoming evening of elegance, jazz, and classics, Friday, the 5th of September. The earlier you get your ticket, the shorter you are to be there. And of course, if you don't want to attend yourself, well, just buy a ticket and give it to someone who you believe will benefit from it as well, because the children will benefit from your support of this activity. Soul Addiction, the church office, or at the door. $50 in advance, $70 at the door. It's going to be a beautiful evening indeed. Thanks again.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Folks, we're back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 19 after 6 o'clock now. Again, thank you so much for waking up to keep us company on a Wednesday morning, folks. And I'm turning now to something I think is absolutely positive and so inspiring. I hope that as you listen and you watch that you're equally inspired, because we all could do a little bit of inspiration every day, don't we? All right, we'll meet a young man right now who, as I told you before, found himself in a different relationship with the law. But what I love about it is that he has also found his redemption. And his story, I think, can show us that we can go from negative to positive just like that. But it takes effort. And that is what we're going to be talking about right now. Positive stories, positive things happening in our community. But I'm also happy to be joined as we take a look at all of this by Alison Roach Plummer, who is the Acting Director of the National Crime Prevention and Reduction Unit. Alison, as always, wonderful to see you.
It's always a pleasure to see you, Pearson.
You know?
Great to be here.
Always good to have you.
It is.
But the young man whose story we want to hear about this morning is Shamar Bernard.
Yes.
And his is a story of success, a true turnaround. And so to you, Shamar, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Very well.
You're doing well. It is so wonderful to meet you. And I'm so smiley because I think you have such an interesting story to tell.
Yes,
So talk to me a little bit about your story. How did it start with you, your run-in with the law?
Just wanting the finer things, like, you know, like, it really had coming up. It was, I have my siblings, there was other siblings and things. It was a lot, so mommy wasn't really able to give me the brand name and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So just wanting daddy push me down that line along with certain influences in the neighborhood and stuff like that, seeing the big man or whatever, you know, wanting that final life.
And that's what you went after.
Yeah.
And then one day it happened that you were arrested, charged, and you found yourself behind bars. What was life like?
Well, when I was on remand, it was just like being home on the block, nothing to do, you know, just going through a day-to-day routine. But when I was convicted, I went over to the time side and a couple of weeks studying what you can do, how we can do this time. And went over to G building, I realized there was a load of classes, a load of CXCs and stuff like that. Through my life, I wasn't able, in my young life, I didn't have any CXCs or anything like that. So I took the opportunity and said, do some CXCs, do some classes, help get by this time. Along with hearing the stories, because you're over my time side now, so you're hearing the stories of men that doing bigger time. I live around David Oliver.
Just be careful calling other people's names.
Yeah.
But
I live around people that, you know, I live around people that got a lengthy sentence.
Yeah.
So when I hear their stories, and what they went through and where their life is at and what they would have liked to be, I decided, well, I can try to better myself here now.
And so you took up the classes. You took hold of the opportunity. You saw an opportunity in there to better yourself. You saw other people around you who were giving up and doing other things, but you took this chance, Shamar, to say, you know what, I have no CSCs. Here is a free offering for me to be able to do my studies. And you took it. How did you do?
I did well. Got CSCs,
Nice.
POB, Principle of Business with a distinction. You know, so like I do construction courses and stuff like that. So I
Empowered to make that change as well. When you look at your whole journey until now, do you feel that positive change?
Of course, of course. Every day I move, I feel it every day. It prominent. Even coming back from people in society, you know what I mean? It prominent, the acceptance and stuff like that.
What I like is your smile. You just burst into a beautiful smile, Shamar, and I think that tells me what's coming from your heart. You really feel good about this.
I feel good, I feel bubbly, I feel the change, taking a different path, coming from the community I come from, coming from the lifestyle I come from. It feels different. It feels good.
Yeah, that's
not
good to hear.
Not to really have to look over your shoulder, not to really, just to be a law-abiding citizen. It feels good because I had a chance to experience this.
You see how Shamar came alive?
Yes.
Shamar is talking about his success and he's coming alive, and that's the whole point about what you guys are doing.
It is, and just to bring it home again, it is all about giving that one chance, that opportunity. Many times when we've had this discussion, sometimes it's not just a hug, but somebody to affirm you, for someone to say you can do this and stand by you. And that's the hardest part, to understand that there are people who are there that would stand by you even after. I remember my days of going to do visits with Shamar while he was incarcerated, and there are many times Shamar had given up. You look through the glass and all you can do is put your hand up and say, just hold on, have faith. And he did, and what he's done is a tremendous turnaround. That's part of the Live Voice series. 360 degrees, no, 180 degrees. 360 means you've gone back. 180 means you've come, started, and finished complete opposite. And that's one of the areas that we wanted to show people, showcase that there's a life after you've made a mistake. Pearson, all of us make mistakes. None of us are perfect. The good book says it. What happens after you get up making that mistake? Who's there for you? And I wanted Barbadians to see real, see life, see what we are presenting to you, not actors. Shamar and Jason and those guys are real life people, Arlington, who've lived it, who've been there, went through it, and now have made tremendous strides in society and are giving back. The I Choose Me series as well, produced by Ronaldo.
We're going to come to that in a second bit with you. But with what we're talking about here are now, you call some names, and these are young men, people who have been through the system and who have
bloomed, out and bloomed.
And so it's a series that will be coming to TV very, very soon. And they're showing how the positive turnaround of people's lives.
Correct.
But Shamar, you had God in the center of all of this. Were you, before going into incarceration, were you a Christian, or did you believe in God?
I come out of a Christian family. Whereas grand used to take us to church and stuff like that. The lady in the neighborhood would take me to church, So God was always something that Mama made sure that we know about love. We was rich in love, rich in God, the Bible. You know what I'm saying? So like God laws. So I was always mindful of it. You know what I mean? Learn to pray. Despite all that I did and everything, throughout it was praying for me, for my safety and my friends. Right. But on that bad journey, I'm still praying. So you know what is God, you feel the Holy Spirit within you, you know what I mean? So it's for you to get to know yourself and accept the Holy Spirit.
And that's what you've just said is what I think is so heartwarming, to know that God loves you. You are a child of God's. And so your heavenly Father saw you, Shamar. He saw your desire. He saw your need. And so he met you just where you were. And he said, if you want to be one of my children, here's how I can help you. And you then did your studies and all the rest of it. And now
Correct.
you positioned yourself as a contributing young man in society.
Correct.
As you're right, Alison, where we all fall, but that is not the end.
No.
And sometimes we want to characterize people and say, that's the end of you. But it's not the end of you. And the program that you're on, it allows people to be able to see that it's not the end. And so, Shamar, you took that chance. Boy, I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you.
I am.
And I'm sure your community, your family, everyone feels the same way. And I want Barbados to see the face of change. This is what this series allows us to be able to see, that what was for you an uncomfortable situation, you can now see this young man has determined that he wants to make a difference. Indeed. And this series is called
Live Wise. Live Wise.
Wise. And
Live
so
Wise campaign.
we're going to take a break, but as we take the break, I want to show people Shamar's story in video to get a sense of what the series will be about. But Shamar, good to meet you this morning. I wish you well with all your future endeavors.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
Miss Beckers, give me 10 years for the gun, 10 years for the firearm, or 10 years for discharging firearm and our police officer. I was not looking for that kind of time. I was looking for a little, if we can do time, probably a little 7 years for time to take off or stuff like that. And my foot back a little bit. But you know what? I went back to those cells and I said, look, I said, Father, this I put in your hand, and this your decision, and this the time that you feel that I could do, and you willing to walk this walk with me, Father, Lord. Well, I accept it. I accept it. I curse. I was angry. Don't get me wrong. I was angry and tell myself what you really do. I know trouble in my life for true. Oh, you know trouble in your life, boy. But I stand fast within the Father. Stand fast in the Father and say, Father, Lord, I ain't crawling with you and flying in your face. That's what it is. I accept it. And you know, I sit down on that bench in the cell. I said, Father, I accept it. And with that, the door push. And I hear, Shamar, put on your shirt. You have to go back in the court. Your time is wrong. They give you too much time. You understand? So I look at it as the Father was looking to see. I don't really say that he tests me. But he was looking to see the sincereness of my heart and what he was dealing with. And what I imposed and hand over to he. But anyway, I went back in the court and my time was reduced to get do over and stuff like that and I was given lesser time. But while in jail or over on the time side, I went over and everybody want to work this way, everybody want to think. I said, no, I can't keep going through this. I can't put my family back through this. I can't put my children through this. I got to find a way to better myself for when I go back out there. Not to better my crimes, but to better myself.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
27 to 7, you just saw for yourself and heard for yourself Shamar's story, Shamar Bernard, a positive change happening in our community indeed. And I hope you don't look at him and think, let me shy away from him. No, 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 no. Shamar is among us, and Shamar has a story to tell, but Shamar has a contribution to make. Do not disadvantage him in any way at all. This series is not about that. This series is about showing the redemption that comes from what happens when we meet our own selves, our reality, and how he has confronted it. He's paid his price, and he wants to be back in community to be able to contribute to positive activity within this community. So our care, our acceptance, our appreciation, our just hug of him is what we actually need to be moving towards, indeed. Alison stays with me, Alison Roach-Plummer, who is the Director Acting of the National Crime Prevention and Reduction Unit. And so, Alison, this is all part of the whole process.
Yes, it is.
Of looking at crime, looking at the realities we face as a society, but showing how we need to be a lot more compassionate.
It is, and I'm glad you touched on that, Pearson. The adage was, it takes a community to raise a child. And in Barbados, community is not just your neighbors. Community means everyone. It's a national call to have people recognize we have to live ways, love ways, care, open our hearts to see persons like Shamar and Jason and Arlington who have done their time, have come back to society and contributing. And part of our Live Wise campaign was not just to highlight, but to bring it into focus. These are actors. These are real people who have lived lives but have become wiser now. We have the series such as I Choose Me, which I would have touched on, where you're choosing to do better, choosing to change your life, even choosing your friends, your peers, choosing to do better in life. We have positive profiles, positive pulse, again, all about positiveness. We want to highlight that in society, highlight that there are people out there who have made changes in their life, positive changes, and we want to stand with them, stand by them, and encourage others to come and be part of that community again. And I'm urging people to watch it. Get on the YouTube, get on CBC right now and watch these young men and women tell their real life stories. As we went to break, tears rolled down my eyes again because we live it every day. Person, we see it every day. We can't turn a blind eye to it anymore. We have to be part of a solution that helps the nation, the entire Barbados, to become living wisely again.
I like the fact that you framed it in that way as well, because the only thing that dispels darkness is light. And so you're shining the light on what's positive. You're shining on light on positive choices as well. You talked about the I Choose Me, and I want to show a clip to folks because this series, as I told you, is coming to CBC TV8 shortly. So don't even touch your dial about this. So take a look at this so you get a sense of what the series will be showing.
Now, Four Pillars Soccer Academy operates here at the St. Leonard's Boys School.
Yes, it does. It actually, the nucleus of the boys that participate, they are students of the school. And when I first conceptualized it, I have the resources of the school, I have the boys who love the sport. And so rather than they branch off and go play for other clubs, we decided that they'll play for the school, and then they also play club soccer together.
So we are looking at a secondary school setting, but my understanding of Four Pillars Soccer Academy is that you also reach within the wider part of the community and ages even younger than our teenagers here at secondary school.
Yes, well, in order to have a program, you need to build from the bottom up. And even though I might have the boys coming in at 11 years old, it was also important to search a little younger. And so when I first started, I would have visited the surrounding schools, Leslie Hall Primary, Eagle Hall, Deacons, Westbury, and St. Mary's.
So you've captured the environment. You've captured those within the Bank Hall, Eagle Hall, and close to Chapman Lane.
just a taste of the positive profiles of positive activities happening in our community. And Alison, that's also another part of the series, where we're showing that there are positive things happening.
Not only positive things, we are taking ordinary persons and show how extraordinary they are,
Yes.
and the extraordinary things that they're doing. And that's a positive thing again. That's a positive pulse. That's a positive pulse. So that's again all in the positive, where we're going positive and looking at the future of where we can bring something creative to Barbadians that are their own, to own it.
What I also like is that you don't have to sit and wait for some organization to tell you go. You can, in your own space, do what you're doing, amplify it among the people within your community, and it will be showcased as well. Just encourage as many young, and it's often the men, I know, it's often the men, but find those things that men like to do and create the space in a positive way for them to do
Safe
so.
spaces.
So football, sports, in any iteration, men like to do. So once you create that
Dominoes.
competitive,
Cricket.
all of that.
Yes.
And so we want to encourage more and more community groups to be able to create that space for them to do so.
Correct.
And we see the domino effect thereafter.
Yes.
Indeed.
Pun on words, the domino effect.
Definitely pun on words, indeed. So that was the positive profiles. That's just one example, and there are many other examples that the series will highlight for you, where there are community groups or people who are doing wonderful things and creating spaces for young people and people of any age to turn away from crime and to get on a positive path. But I want to share with you now the I Choose Me, so you get a sense of how people personally talk about how they've looked within and assessed themselves and decided, you know what, I need to do something more positive with my life. Take a look at this.
Boy, all the boys. You know you? Boy, you work hard as hell today, boy. Got a long one today, man. Yeah, man. Like you can't even see up there with the commotion going on back here. You know what's going on? Wait. When the man said I seen you today? Boy, man moved terrible today, boy. Telling me? Horrible. You might worry about being like the guy moving nowhere.
Oh, that commotion over here with the police.
Somebody working Miss Ellis' house.
Somebody? You mean sandpaper?
I know what you're talking about.
Boy, don't be stupid. Do you think he get all them things that he was trying to sell one of them last week?
Mums, that my business?
That ain't your business. I swear one is a lost generation.
Mums, how you could say that? Just because me was snitched by the man? Mums, men are snitches.
Let me talk to you, cause you see, if somebody was working in your mother's house and carry away the little way that she's listening to all them calling programs, man, right? When the day come, you want somebody to inform you if they knew who the body was.
That's different, Mums.
How that get different?
Mums, killing the police? If somebody can't tell you what's going on and informing? That's called good looking out. Same way we look out for sandpaper because hard or soft, he's 1 week.
Think before you talk. Cause you just open your mouth and everything come out.
I'm chuckling, but lived realities, Alison. Lived realities. You confront the lived reality. You show it to us. And as I watch, I think I would hope that as people watch the series, they don't watch it for the comedic side of it, but to see the realities and to see the processing of the mind as how people make decisions.
It is. And again, the I Choose Me helps persons to understand you choose the positive over the negative. And as you said, the light over darkness. Again, it is real, and these are real stories. These are real life stories, Barbados, that we've taken and brought to you to see what has happened, what is happening, and what can happen coming out of our positive reactions to it. So, like you, Pearson, I want to encourage persons to not just watch for comedy, watch for reality. These are not actors. These are real men and women, young boys and young girls who've lived it and decided to give their story, their real story, to the world, to Barbados, to see, and embrace them. Pearson, embrace them. Every so often, something happens in our life that alters or changes the trajectory. It alters or changes our destiny. Let us get together and make it a positive change for these young people who are turning around, who are choosing to do the right thing.
Yeah. The follow-up. Having shown the series, then what happens? What do you want?
We're going to, again, we're encouraging, embracing, working together to continue to maintain and help and assist where we can for persons to come alongside of us and work it. This is the first iteration. There's a second series which shows you a little more in depth as well, so you get a better understanding as to what we have to do as a nation, not just as Pearson or Allison or Shamar or Jason. What do we do as a nation to continue to be positive and make positive steps and strides to the next step?
It doesn't end here.
No, it does not.
That's the point.
No.
And so if you want to, you can reach out to your organization.
Yes.
And to engage with you on what we see and what we think we can help with as well.
Definitely.
I know the support of the community is what you're looking for too.
Definitely.
So folks, and if they want to, how can they do so?
For me, well, I'll give you the information when we finish off.
Okay,
here.
fine.
Yeah, but
you'll send it to us and we'll share it.
Yes, I will. But again, I want to encourage persons to watch, and trust me, you're going to sit and watch every single one of them and ask where the rest of them. They're coming, Barbados. They are coming, because I do believe, seeing what I've seen so far, it tells me Pearson did not sleep last night. He's been watching from yesterday evening everything that is there, because he can actually say what was I choose me, what was positive. So that for me to Pearson is a good opportunity for me to say, Barbados, Pearson have done it.
Oh, dear.
You get on and do it. You jump onto that series as well. And we expect Pearson that coming out of this for the second series, people would be easier to understand. Don't give up. There's hope. Meet them where they're at, because all is not lost.
Indeed.
Yeah?
You know, one of the things I like to say is we sure could use a little good news today. Boy, did we get some good news this morning.
Yes,
indeed.
did.
We
Yes,
saw the
we did.
change for Shamar. We saw the change for some of the other young people. We saw how community groups are out there just creating spaces that are positive for people to engage in, so that we all as a space and a community tackle what we know as crime, the things that bother us. So Alison is the acting director of the National Crime Prevention and Reduction Unit, and they are on a good trajectory. You'll see it all right here on CBC TV. And Alison, thank you.
It's always a pleasure,
again.
Pearson.
And you're always welcome back to continue talking to us
Of
about
course.
the positive work in our community.
Yes, please. Have a great day.
Likewise.
Thank you.
We're back in just a moment.
Boy. I think I can't bring the thing for you, because for right now, I choose me.
Oh, you know so good? That way you don't see me out there no more, you know. None of them can tell the other come back.
If somebody was working in your mother's house and carry away the little way that she's listening to all them calling programs fun.
We really want at least, I ain't gonna get from laying me from the block today and another one tomorrow.
So I asked you if he come to party or if he come looking for trouble.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people.
Morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
12 and a half minutes now to go to 7 o'clock. We turn our attention to talking HR with HERMAB. And we have past President Nicholas Roberts with us indeed. As I said to him as we joined, it's been a long time since I've seen you, boy. Good morning to you, Nicholas.
Hey, morning, Pearson. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you doing?
I'm not too bad, thanks.
The great work continues
Yes.
at HERMAB, you know, engaging in activity to empower HR practitioners, and that's what it's about, to change realities within the workspaces, change relationships between people as well as it goes. I know you're getting ready to recognize and reward that. As I teased at the beginning, you're practicing what you preach.
Yes.
If you say to me as an organization, I have to recognize and reward, why not the organization you're in too?
Yes, and you hit on an unspoken truth in terms of us as HR practitioners. We often create rewards and recognition programs for the people within our workplaces to recognize them, to reward them for, you know, being outstanding employees. But often what happens is that HR practitioners are left behind. We are the ones that we create these programs, we recognize people, we are in the background petitioning for people, pushing for people to be paid well, treated fairly, etc. But we are not recognized. So our president, Tisha, this year, as opposed to doing, because every single year we have a standout initiative in terms of the conference. Last year, as I mentioned, would have been our first conference in like 4 or 5 years. This year we said, you know what, let's do something different. Yes, the conference was a hit last year, but this year, how can we do something different? And with that came about us saying, let's do this awards gala. And a part of that awards gala, we're going to recognize HR practitioners, not only in Barbados, but across the Caribbean region.
Really?
Yeah.
Across the region? So all of the HR associations will become, it's going to be a regional recognition
Yes,
ceremony?
so it is open. There's awards for specific to Barbadians, but there's also awards open for the wider Caribbean region. So any HR practitioner across the Caribbean region, once they fit the criteria, they can be nominated.
Happening in Barbados?
Yes, it's happening in Barbados. It's happening at Sandals Royal. It's happening in November, but nominations opened last week, sorry.
Right.
So now we're trying to get nominations in, as many as possible. So if you know an HR practitioner that you think should be recognized, please go on our website, www.hermab.org.bb, and nominate that person.
Who nominates? Me or other HR people?
Anyone. So you...
An employee?
Anyone.
A boss?
Anyone.
Another HR practitioner? Anyone.
Yeah, the hope is to highlight those unsung heroes, and that, like I mentioned, that is what HR practitioners are. I know sometimes we hold a lot of licks. People think, as they keep saying, that we are just there to hire and fire and reprimand, but your HR person, your good HR person, is in the background fighting for you. But like I said, all too often we are not recognized within our organizations and external to our organizations. So any HR practitioner, it could be someone that is studying HR because there's a category for that, a HR student. It could be someone that is now getting into the field of HR who's been working within HR for a year or less. It could be a mature practitioner who's dedicated their life to HR. There's a field there, because there are like 20 fields that you can nominate someone in. If you know an HR person, go ahead and nominate them.
So when we go to the website, hermab.org.bb, we see the categories, we see the criteria, and we know exactly where to plug in this information.
Yes.
So is it a very simple form? Is it on your landing page?
So when you go on our landing page, it's going to literally have a countdown to the awards gala, and you're going to click the link, and it's going to lead you to a form. And like I said, the form is very intuitive. You would just fill in the form the same way how you would fill out a survey form, and they have the different categories. It would detail what the category is. Say, for instance, you're voting for HR Professional of the Year. It would say what the category is, what the criteria is, and how you can nominate that person. And it would be so for each 12 categories.
As soon as I'm done here, I'm going upstairs to deal with this.
Please do.
hermab.org.bb, hrmab.org.bb. That's the website to which you go, and you see the countdown, click, and it takes you to the nomination form. When's your deadline for nomination?
So we're closing nominations the last Friday in August, which I think is August 24th.
This month?
So
nominations close this month?
Yeah. Depending on how nominations are coming in, we may extend it, but the aim right now is to close it at the end of the month, because we have to compile all that information, send it over to our nominations committee so that they could review all of the nominees, because then the nominations committee, they have to sit down and they have to go over, deliberate, and choose the winners so that the winners can be announced on awards night.
In November.
This
is going to be exciting, folks. We're recognizing HR practitioners. You know of someone who you think should be recognized indeed, and so, or someone's, and you can nominate as many people, and you can do many nominations. Look at the categories. If you find someone within the particular category, and you will see, as I told you at the beginning when we started, it's not just HR people who are asked to nominate. You're nominating HR practitioners. And so John Q. Public, all of us, anyone, be employee, the bus driver, the road sweep, the manager as well, you can nominate, you can get in there and you can begin the process of nominating someone as well. So once you go onto the website, as you're looking at your screen, hermab.org.bb, you look for the clock that ticks you down for the upcoming gala. And when you get to that, you click on that. And I'm looking, this is their landing page, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking for, where's the clock? Did I miss it? Did we miss it?
It should be there.
Did we miss it? It should be there, but it's going to be there.
Right.
Find it on the page, and that's where you go to place your nomination. All of the categories will be there, all of the criteria clearly detailed, and so you know exactly whose name you're going to be plugging in there. Give as much information, I suppose, as you possibly can, so that your nominee wins in the respective categories.
And to your point, you don't necessarily, there's also a category for a team, so if you don't want to necessarily only nominate an HR practitioner, you can nominate an HR department or HR team. So, yeah, we try to make the categories as comprehensive as possible. So like you said, go on there and nominate any HR practitioner that you know. It could be someone, like I said, in school, someone who's new within the field, or a mature practitioner, and
this sounds so exciting, Nicholas, for real. It's coming up in November. Lord, let me be alive. I can't wait to see how this already unfolds, and it's happening right here in Barbados. Indeed, I could well imagine the amount of pride one receives for knowing that you have been recognized as a Is there going to be a regional? So respective categories, fine. Respective islands, fine. But you do have an overall regional HR practitioner of the year is from Barbados.
So what many people don't know, there's the Human Resource Management Association of Jamaica, HERMAJ. There's HERMAT, the Trinidadian one. There's one in Bermuda, Bahamas, etc., so forth. So there are HR practitioners not just in Barbados, obviously across the entire diaspora, and we're aiming to recognize them as well. The aim is also to have some of our sister associations come in. Also, there's a Caribbean HR Association, which is called, CAIRM for short. The chairman of CAIRM, which is the umbrella association, which represents all HR bodies across the Caribbean. The chairman of that body is also sitting on the nominations panel. So because he would have oversight on all the HR practitioners across the Caribbean region and how all of the HR practitioners are working together. So if someone is nominated, he could have an objective voice to say yea or nay in terms of the successful person who wins that award. So yeah, like you said, exciting stuff.
Really exciting stuff indeed. Can't wait to see how it's unfolding. But of course, between now and then, we'll talk some more about it.
Definitely.
Remember, folks, nomination close at the end of this month. So don't think you have a lot of time because the activity is in November that you have a lot of time to do it. No, you have to start cracking now as we speak to get in there. Get online, hermab.org.bb, and place your nomination into the system and let the assessors make their full assessment indeed. But there's even more work happening at HERMAB now. I know coming up very soon you're having a webinar.
Yes.
Which tackles a very interesting subject.
So going back to come forward, obviously last year our conference was the Human Tech Expo, and we spoke very heavily in terms of how technology and robotics, etc., is impacting our workforces. So with 2 Mondays from now, we're going to have a webinar, and it's going to be speaking about AI within the workplace and just giving people, and once again, not just HR practitioners, anyone that works in the workspace, a work setting, a work environment, how it is that AI is impacting your work environment, how you can use AI tools to improve your work. Once again, AI and technology is not going anywhere. So you have to know how it is to utilize AI and ethically within your workspaces. So that is what that webinar is going to be about.
It's on the 25th of August. 25th of August from 6 in the evening till 7:30. The information is on your screen. Take a look. Take your time and read it. So the topics will be what AI means and how it differs from automation, real use cases for recruitment, onboarding, learning and development, and more, how to integrate artificial intelligence into the employee life cycle, and artificial intelligence tools for Caribbean businesses, but you need to register. And again, you're going back to the HERMAB's website, hermab.org.bb/events, and you place your registration there. The facilitator, talk to me a little bit about who he is.
Yes, so Mr. Kevin Griffith, his day job, he works at CBC Bank. He's very knowledgeable in terms of the area of AI within that space. So what we try often to do is every single person or strategic partner that works within the association, I keep saying, is not an HR practitioner, but there are people that work in specific fields that impact HR and that impact people. So he's coming along and sharing his knowledge with us. And once again, as I always say, the webinars, the seminars, the informational sessions that we put on are not just for HR practitioners, they're for any person that works within a workplace. So Kevin will be very knowledgeable in terms of bringing that information to the general public about how AI impacts the workplace.
Tools and trends for the Caribbean workplace is trending, and so we should not miss this opportunity, but you need to go register as soon as possible at hermab.org.bb/events. It's happening on the 25th of August from 6 in the evening, and is it in person?
No, it's an online.
Yeah, so it's webinar, so it's online.
Yeah.
So you need to register so you get that link to join this conversation and learn really what AI means and how it differs from automation and a whole host of other topics as well. We want to encourage as many of you as possible to do so. Nicholas, it's always good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you as always for having me. I will be back as always as time goes on to speak more about the awards gala. Of course, the invitation is open to you to come out and celebrate with us.
Of course.
On the night.
That's me or that's everybody?
A representative of CBC, because you continue to be a strategic partner of the association. So as always, you just want to, say thank you for always having us, facilitating us. So, if you can send a representative from CBC, please come out and celebrate with us on the night.
We thank you. We accept the invitation. Nicholas Roberts, past president of HERMAB, indeed, reminding us of the reason why you need to nominate your group of HR practitioners or an HR facilitator, HR practitioner as well, before the end of August, but also to get ready to engage in the upcoming webinar on the 25th as well, which is online, but you need to register as well. And as I always say, membership brings benefits. If you have not yet become a member of HERMAB, consider doing that today. All of this, plus a whole lot more you will benefit from. You lean on the shoulders of those like Nicholas and the others within the group who have experience and knowledge, who can help to shape and guide how you do what you do. hrmab.org.bb. That's the only place to go. We're back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will He equip you with ideas, but He will equip you with favor, as He did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
Week after week, Scald presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this.
You can also request money. So a friend will owe you some money, or you did a service, you're a gardener, Sunday, you did some gardening by someone, the bill is ready, $125. You don't have to wait till Monday morning and the person goes back. You could immediately send a request to pay. That person see it within a second and hit a button, they pay you, you get paid, which means they increase cash flow.
Well, Dr. Granger says you do not need a bank account to use the facility. He also hinted at plans to work alongside the NISSS with this new initiative. Authorities are about to step up the fight against illegal and illicit drugs with a national billboard campaign which may come under fire. That's according to Minister of Home Affairs and Information Wilfred Abrams, who is warning that the blunt pictures on the posters may offend members of the public, but are necessary at this time, amid concerns about the impacts of new psychoactive substances present on island. Minister Abrams says a campaign to be launched this week will inform about the dangers of illicit drug use. He sought to paint a picture of what the posters would look like while delivering remarks at the opening of the 26th annual meeting of the Inter-American Drug Abuse Control Commission Conference.
And we've gone out on a limb with this one. The messaging had to be sharp, it had to be pointed, and it had to shock. Because anything less than that fails to get the message across. There's no easy and gentle and polite way to depict the dangers that are present through illegal and illicit drug use. Some persons probably will object to the posters. Some persons may say they've gone a little bit too far. I say if you get to that point, that means you've noticed them and we've done our job.
It's now an unbeaten century from skipper Shea Hope and a 6-wicket haul from Jaden Seals led West Indies to a one-day international series win against Pakistan last evening. Playing in the third and decisive match at the Brian Lara Cricket Academy in Trinidad, the Windies defeated the visitors by a massive 202 runs. Set in to take first knock, the West Indies were powered to 294 for 6 in their 50, led by 120 not out from player of the match Hope, that included 10 fours and 5 sixes. Seals, who was player of the series, then bagged 6 for 18 to help bowl the Pakistanis out for 92 off 29.2. Here are the highlights. Well done, Windies. That's a look at news until now. We'll have more news coming up at noon right here on CBC TV8. We're back with Morning Barbados in a moment.
Ensure your safety this hurricane season. What to do after a hurricane? Stay safe. Wait for officials to say it is safe. Avoid damaged or fallen power lines, poles, or downed wires. They can electrocute you. Do not touch floodwaters because they may contain sewage, bacteria, and chemicals that can make you ill. If the power is out, use flashlights or battery-powered lanterns to reduce the risk of fire. That hurricane safety tip was brought to you by Ensure Max Protein. Take your routine to the max.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 13 after 7 o'clock now. Let's paint a picture for just a moment. Imagine all your life you've done sports. You've been so active, up and about. You've been doing things in support of others. Then imagine just last year, October, you came back from the seniors games and you came back with medals in field events. And then just a few months later, while getting off the bus, you were met by someone who had other purposes at hand. And so you've been injured. The thing you love to do, you can no longer do at the moment because you're seeking and still having medical attention to correct what was done to you. What would happen to you? How would you feel? Would you want help? There's a group that's helping, Janita Austin. The name might be very, very familiar to all of you because you recognize her immediately from her exploits at the seniors games. And you may have recognized her simply because you have been one of her contemporary over years. But did you know that she was seriously injured earlier this year? And that injury now needs your help. And so this group has come together to be able to help. Indeed, they're having an activity coming up this weekend, as a matter of fact. And so joining me as we take a look back at Janita Austin and about what she's been able to do and why we need to be there is Kathy Harper Hall, who is from the United Athletics Club. She's also part of Sports for Life Barbados, and she's one of the program directors there, of course. Next to her is Roger Dial, who is the national director of the Special Olympics for Barbados. And across from me is the Lady of Glendalough, Jaliski, who is the public relations officer for the Janita Austin fundraiser, indeed. And so I'll start with you, Ms. Kathy Harper Hall. Talk to me a little bit about what you remember or you know of Janita and her exploits as an athlete.
Oh, well, I have known Janita since she was a girl. She played netball for UAC, United Athletic Club, and she has been around me for years. Janita has been involved in so many things. She is, as Roger will tell you, she is a coach for the Special Olympics. She is a certified track and field official. She's an advanced netball umpire. She is very, very active in her church, the Emmanuel Baptist Church. She was a PE teacher at the Princess Margaret Secondary School. She umpired all the matches for Darrell Jordan's secondary school netball team. I mean, Jan is just in everything. And Jan is Jan. She lives in St. Peter. She doesn't drive a car, but anything that is happening anywhere in Barbados, Jan gets herself there. She is just one of those persons that is like bunker, here, there, and everywhere. And then all of a sudden, this thing has happened to her. This stupid man, whoever he is, came up and just almost severed her foot. At the moment, from the time she came out of the hospital, we have been her caregiver. Because as I tell you, she lives in St. Peter. She has to go to therapy 3 days a week. She has to go to counseling. So she am traveling from St. Peter to Bridgetown every day. So she came out of the hospital and she's with me and we are taking care of her. But we need the rest of Barbados to help us to do this, because it is a very costly exercise for her to be able to get her foot back. We hope she will get it back. At the moment, she is in an orthopedic boot, and she's trying to move around, but it's a journey. And so this is one of the reasons why we are putting on this fundraiser to help her with the medical expenses. Obviously, she has insurance, and the insurance will play their part, but as we know, insurance does not do everything. They don't do what we want them to do, really. So we have to do what we have to do. And this is why we are appealing to the general public, because this is not just about Janita Austin right now. It is about this whole set of violence against the elderly. And that is what we are trying to get people to understand, that these people around here have to learn to respect us, the older people. And this attack on elderly people just have to stop somewhere. So we are hoping that the public will come out and support us, and show that they too abhor what is happening with violence against the elderly.
And as we speak, folks, you take a look at your screen, you see about the activity that we'll talk about more in just a little while, but you get a sense of who Janita is, that smiling face indeed. How is she mentally coping, though?
She's a marvel, honest to God. She is a marvel. We don't know what is going on inside, but what she is portraying on the outside. I mean, Janita wanted to go to the track and field meet that they had at the stadium. We took her. We had a luncheon a couple of weeks ago. She wanted to go. We took her. She still wants to be Janita. We got a wheelchair for her so that if she has to move around, she's on crutches. She tries to move around in the house. She has even got to the point now where she can get up and go make herself a cup of tea.
Right.
you know. So she has taken it in a way that I don't know that I could have managed it or you could have managed it, but she's in good spirits. On Sunday, she actually went to church.
Nice, nice.
So, you know, she went to a course that the AAB was putting on at Kensington Oval. She asked to be taken there. We had to get her up the stairs somehow or other, but she wanted to go, and we allow her to go to do what she wants to do, because all of this will be helping her mentally and emotionally. Right, so.
In other words, Janita has not given up, and so we don't want to give up on her either. And that's what this is all about. And so, Roger, from her work with the Barbados Special Olympics, talk to me a little bit about your interaction with her and really the spirit of who the woman is.
Well, honestly, I met her around 1974, so we have a long association. Jan is our female coach. She traveled with us to Los Angeles, and for persons who don't know, we're traveling with persons with intellectual difficulties. Jan was the person who looked after all of our laundry. She looked after things like health, so she would say, okay, you have to get some vitamin C, and she went to the shop and got it. She looked after all the nitty-gritties. When we travel, even before we travel, when Jan goes out, she comes back with clothes. She comes back with shoes. At Christmas, she makes sure that the athletes have something, some little trinket. So she's like the link person. Honestly, it hit me really hard because the night before the incident, we had a guy here, Jimmy Mills from Antigua, and I called Jan and said, well, Jamie is here. She said, okay, we have to take him out. We actually got to meet her very late because we were in traffic, and she said, okay, look, I have to go to a netball match. So we ended up at Friendship, and me and Kelvin, who's our local athlete here, we time keep, and the guy from Antigua changed the score, and they had a blast. So we ended up at Chafette, had something to eat, and we took her then to Carrollton Supermarket. As I stopped the car, the bus came and she got on the bus. So when we heard that she was injured, we were all freaking, because we thought it had happened the same night. But apparently Jan went to track the next night. And even though she's injured, Jan has been in contact with all the athletes in some form. They were all calling, and she said, look, she had to put on the phone at one stage. But the relationship with her and the athletes is something priceless. She can tell them what needs to be done. She can quarrel with them, and they will respond.
That's fantastic. Again, testament to the woman's determination to get back out there and get going indeed. And so all of us are now required to lend our assistance in a very tangible way. And so this is where you come in, Jan,
Yes,
the other
right.
Jan. You know, talk to me about what the group is doing to assist and to help her get back to what she loves to do.
Well, unlike my friends here, I've never met Janita. I've spoken to her on the phone twice since the incident. I happened to be 100 yards from her when this happened. So it affected me in a lot of ways. I mean, it could have so easily could have been myself, it could have been anybody else. But her comeback, I spoke to her within days of this happening, and the voice I heard on the phone, I could not put it to the person I saw in that position on that Saturday evening. So I've come on board to help with PR, encouraging Barbadians from all walks of life. I'm wearing my early morning walk crawler shirt. They're coming on board. The walk run, it isn't a race. It is going to be 5 kilometers from the YMCA in a circular pattern back to the YMCA. You can walk, you can run, you can push your baby in a stroller, anything that you want to do. If you can do none of that, come to the YMCA, buy some fish cakes, buy some hot dogs. Every cent that we collect, we are putting into this fund to help her. The emphasis is on registration. There should be a link coming up. If not, you go and you register. The fee is $20 for adults. For children under 16, $10. That is going to go towards her cover things. We want corporate sponsorship if we can get it. I'm begging, I'm pleading. This is a lady on whose shoulders this country was built. She's 71. She doesn't look it, she doesn't behave like it, but that's where she is. And as Kathy said, there seems to be an epidemic right now. Every time we pick up the paper, somebody who is least able to fight back is having to face these things. It's not just the physical, it's the emotional. It's going to affect her for the rest of her life. If we get her feet working again, which is what our goal, is still going to be a scar. So we need to do what we can to help her. So come out on Sunday from 3. You can register tomorrow and Friday at Sky Mall from 10 to 4. On Saturday at the YMCA from 10 till, is it still 4 o'clock on Saturday, Kathy? Yeah, so we're going to have registration there. You come, you fill in a form, or we'll be there with laptops to thing. You pay your fee, you get your number. And again, the number is not for you to run anywhere, you walk, but we're going to use those numbers to give out some prizes. We've been sponsored by a couple of companies, so if your number gets pulled out of the raffle box, you go home with a prize. From the smallest person, the youngest person is going to get recognition, so is the oldest person. So we are raising money for Janita, but we're also going to make it fun for you to come on out and support the cause.
This is on the 17th.
Sunday the 17th.
This Sunday coming.
That's right.
From 4 in the afternoon. The assembly point is the YMCA. That's also the start point and the end point. But it requires all of you to be there. And we would have shared with you more than once the poster on your screen. I want you to really, really get out and be a part of all of this. So we ask you to bring a friend. If you are part of a social, sporting, church, group, team member, relative, family, everybody. This is Janita on your screen. That is the Janita we want to see happening yet again, actively engaged in activities in our community. We want to recognize her and support her in this kind of way. Someone has sought to take her life and to take the things she loves away from her. But Janita has a spirit within to say, this shall not defeat me. So she's up and she's moving, but she needs further work on her leg. And so this is where we are all required to help. It's a very small fee. For adults, $20 for registration. Children 16 years and under, just $10. And every cent goes towards helping Janita have the strength back in her leg. Remember, if you're a corporate entity and you can lend your support to all of this, who do they reach out to, Jan? To Kathy?
Reach out to us. You can reach us to us. The number is 232-7556 or 253-2026. And I just want to emphasize that at Sky Mall, you can come, those people who have already registered online, you can just come and collect your number at Sky Mall between 10 o'clock and 6 o'clock on Thursday and Friday, or same time at the YMCA on Saturday. And that if you don't want to walk or you don't want to run, you just want to donate, You can still use your registration form, register, and you just put in how much you want to donate, and it is all explained how you can pay. You can pay fast pay, you can pay by credit card, you can pay by transferring to our account, you can pay by Zelle, you can pay by GoFundMe. We have it set up wherever in the world you are. You can contribute. And we are asking corporate Barbados if they have any item that they can give us to use as prizes, because we just want to give away things to people to encourage them to come. We have already got some vouchers from Chickmont Foods. We're getting ice from Glacial Ice. The Barbados Olympic Association is assisting us. The Barbados Netball Association, the Barbados AB is helping us. And Animal Flower Cave has sponsored our DJ. So we want corporate Barbados to join in and help us to do this.
Yeah. This is for Janita Austin. Janita Austin. She needs our help as a community. And so as a community, let's rally around this. It's happening this Sunday from 4 at the YMCA. And that's where we will assemble. That's where we will start. That's where we will end. That's where the activity is. And while for a lot of you it might sound like, hey, it's a good jump up moment, it's for a very worthy cause. It's for helping Janita strengthen her legs to get back to doing the things that she absolutely loves to do and help the people that she absolutely loves to help. And so our help is now absolutely critical. Your registration gives you an opportunity to get a shirt and to be a part of the number.
Yeah, just the number. Shirts, just wear your own shirt.
Do your own thing.
Welcome in your group. We would also like to give a prize to the biggest group, so you come in your shirt.
Okay, your branded shirt.
Your branded shirt already.
Early morning walk-on has got this covered. Got this covered.
Kathy and I are
CBC can put on your CBC shirts. All the people from CBC, put on your CBC shirts and come
and represent your company, your organization, your group, your church. Yes, please.
It's a walk, run for Janita Austin. Indeed, it's not a race. It is not a race. At your convenience, you walk or run. That's all. Just come out there and show, because she's not given up. Let's not give up on Janita, indeed. So thanks to each of you. Kathy Harper Hall, Roger Dial, and my girl, Jalin Skeet, indeed. I wish Janita well, but I also hope that many, many people lend their financial support, physical support to this activity and venture as well. Let's help Janita.
And just remember, it's violence against the elderly. We are pushing that to let people understand that we do not just do not condone this violence against the elderly. I mean, I myself, I would die before somebody come to attack me. I don't know how we deal with it.
Yes, I understand indeed, but you're absolutely right, and we endorse your message indeed. Thanks to each of you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. I wonder if Janita's watching. Do you think she's watching?
Yes. Yes, she's
Good.
watching. She's watching.
Janita, we say to you, good morning. Keep the spirit alive. Keep the faith alive. Keep standing tall. You were not built to break, Janita. And so by your example, Barbados will support you indeed on this. So keep smiling. Keep shining. Know you could always count on us, Janita. Thank you so much indeed all.
Thank you.
You're back. We're back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray Microbiome Probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV 8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. Spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. I show you love. I show you love. I'm gonna wave up and show you love. I show you some real love. So when we hit the road, it is lovely. Lovely, so lovely. Lovely, real lovely. Lovely. And when we hit the stage, it is lovely. Lovely, so lovely. Lovely, real lovely. Lovely.
You and me together, we have a bond, and it is unbreakable. That's right. The kind of love we share.
That was just a taste of this year. Actually, that was just a taste of a few days ago. A week ago, just over a week ago indeed. That was Grand Kadooment, and that was the band Zenobia that won significant prizes at Grand Kadooment for 2025. And boy, oh boy, the man who has the vision, who leads that band, is back in Grand Kadooment. Quincy Jones is with me now. Quincy, good morning to you.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Coming back into Kadooment and coming back to such success. Not that you're unfamiliar with it,
Yeah,
but
I'm
you
unfamiliar.
know, coming back to that success, how does it feel?
It feels different. I had to take a break for 7 years. Back then I had Youth Explosion.
Yes.
And we used to win a lot of prizes,
Yes.
especially presentation. And I had to take my break to do some studying. And then I came back based on my charity, because we have Trident Charity. And we're basically doing new things. And I said, let us go back to crop over. Let's go back to the roots. So I was very elated to come back. So much people were so happy to see me back. And I decided to take a break because that was the year Renee Rancliffe had passed away.
That's right.
And I said to myself, let me take a break. And I was delighted to come back and emerge. Not only just emerge, but come back with so many people wanted to come back with me. So
yes.
I had a big number. I had to turn back a lot of people, but I know next year is going to be bigger for sure.
Large band of the year.
Large band of the year.
You know, and I mean, there it is, starting as a fledgling Youth Explosion.
Yes.
I mean, the journey is significant because you would have had just the other young men like yourself and young girls and you're just having a good time at Grand Kadooment.
Yes.
Not to have the Large Band of the Year award.
It is definitely this one I cherish the most.
Yeah.
Because at 17 years old, I was doing a band.
Really?
That's when I started at 17. And by coming back, and I didn't really expect to come back to win all these prizes. I just wanted to come back to make a statement that, yes, you can take a break, but you can come back and be forceful, bring back the craftsmanship, and let young people know that that there is room in the festival for young people in the culture industry. And I was just delighted to just be there, for sure.
Zenobia. Why Zenobia? What does it mean?
So, what I recognize is that you had to rebrand.
Yes.
And part of getting the persons on board is brand personality. And I did some research on brand personality. So now they had the Aura, they had the Zulu, and the young people like those sort of names. So I said, hey, if they're going with that, I could well go and look for one. And we came up with Zenobia, which is a queen in Africa. So, I just said, let's do it. And persons like the name, and it just showed that we are at a tradition, we are a crossroad right now, that we are balancing both tradition and modern and contemporary aspects. And Zenobia is the best way to do it, for sure.
You know, Zenobia is the name of a woman who I grew up with. You know, so I know her well. She's still alive. Zenobia, good morning to you. And so the number 7 is always significant for me. You took a 7-year break.
Yes, please.
Which biblically is significant.
Yes.
In the 7-year break, you had an opportunity not just to pursue your studies, but also to ponder upon, to take a view of, and to make a determination.
Yes.
How was that for you? Was it a moment of disquiet? Or was it, what was it?
I think in life, everyone needs to take a break to reflect. when I was looking at crop over, I was looking at things that have changed. When I watched back, routes had changed, prices had changed, and the whole concept have changed. There was no feathers, and at that time I was into craftsmanship, and I wanted to come back, bringing modernness to something that you could still tell a strong story, and hence I came up with Down to the Gardens. I brought popular garden parties, but I reminded persons that these popular garden parties all started during the sugarcane harvest, where they used to have garden parties. So I just learned to blend, but what I could say is that during that 7-year break, I reflected, I studied, I created the right team and the right committee. I just want people to know this, and a lot of people don't know this, that Zenobia is myself and another young person, Ramon Nurse, because the aim is that after what I'm going to be passing on the baton very shortly to him. So I'm just basically helping him and helping the other young persons, giving them the correct path and journey, because I believe that my life is here to pass on things, and we in life need to pass on things. So later on, I hope that Ramon will take on the full baton by himself, where I will then pursue other things that quite shortly might never know.
One never knows.
No one never knows.
But you know, there are people who are concerned about that kind of thing, though, the legacy bit, simply because you feel as though there are people who are so synonymous with, who have taken the route of exiting. Betty West is still in it. Where you go to Trinidad, you still see certain names every single time. They may be knocked down, but they're there.
Yes.
And so, why do you want to stay with it? Pass it on, yeah, but stay with it.
Yeah, I definitely want to stay with it, but I still believe that you need to give persons
scope to develop,
because we are here on this earth only for a time. And I hope that one of the good things on my legacy is that not that I did crop over and I returned back, but I returned back by giving other persons the opportunity. And that opportunity is different doors of success. And I'd like to thank persons on the committee such as Camille, Messiah, Shireen, Zaire. It was not a big committee, but it's just a small committee that what we did is that we plan and strategize. And if you know me, I like strategy.
So when the announcement of the results came, did you know before the announcement that you were the winner or could have been the winner?
No.
Or you were just hoping?
No, I actually wasn't studying it. On crop over there, just making sure everyone had a good time. On the road, we had a live band. We had our pudding and sauce. We had our food on the road. We did something different. I wanted to do something different on the road. Get down Spring Garden, people telling me congrats. I was like, okay. I started thinking about the band. I mean, coming back. So I wasn't expecting it. It was just when I wake up in the morning, I got the news and so much people wishing me congratulations. Like, at first I didn't know what they were talking about because I did not go in for prizes, but I'm very happy and humbled that I have received them. I'm going to learn from the lessons this year and see if I can come better next year. The problem is that you're holding a title, but you got to regain it. Regain it.
So what lessons did you learn this year that you needed to better for next year?
I want to make sure that I am tightened a little bit more on stage. I find I was on stage a little bit too long, so I'm going to tighten that. We did well in security, we did well in service. What I want to do is offer more spectacle on the road, so like confetti and do more presentations on the road. I think I'm going to do more of that, and probably we would like to make sure that our brand is more on the road next year, where we will brand our trucks and stuff, but it's a cost. But we did well for the first time, but I'm more going to put in interest more into the branding of on the road, for sure.
You said you had to turn back people, which is a good thing.
Yes.
I mean, as horrible as it was for those who were turned back, it's a good thing to manage such a problem.
Yes.
Do you think that you have the capacity to grow enough to accommodate those who were disappointed this year?
Once you plan well, you can accommodate as much as you can. And what I would say quietly is that I will plan well.
Fair enough. To accommodate
what we would do next year.
Let's talk about the route. Were you happy with the route?
It's the first time being on the route. I remember I used to do crop over down the stadium, so I am new to this route. It had its space for sure by Pelican for the trucks and stuff, but I still find that the majority of persons was there was a dead period between Pelican and Eagle Hall, where persons, just a few persons, but you see when you get Eagle Hall, the streets was where the action was, and no matter how much you change your route, it just seems that that particular route there is the hype for crop over. So I enjoyed the route. For us, our experience was 10 out of 10. But I don't know what would be other experiences for the other bands. But I think that when we come together as band leaders, we will decide on the future, and we will definitely assist by assisting with the NCF, with their guidance and their instructions. For right now, I'm just enjoying mass. I am not getting involved in the
other noises.
The other noises.
Yes.
I'm just enjoying it, and by enjoying it, you have a greater feeling in terms of how crop over feels for you. So for me, it's not be a war. It was just so glad to be back.
There were people who how do you go about, first of all, as deciding what is played? Is that left to the DJ alone, or is there a playlist from band leaders?
No, it is up to us as band leaders to decide what music you play on the road, and especially on the stage and the judging point. At the end, you want to tell a story, and even though that there are party bands that don't judge, they're still telling their story, and we are telling our stories. So even the songs you select, the popularity of the songs, because there are some songs that would definitely gravitate the jumpers to even do more than to get them hype. So you have to you have to go to the different crop over events to see what is the music that's trending. But at the end of the day, you have to still be with the trend. Even though you might not like the song or might not like the lyrics of the song, but you still have to make sure that you are with the time, and especially when they got all the young people behind me, I have to definitely be with them.
Yes.
So I had a good privilege of going to some of the crop over events this year, and because of that, I was able to pick the stories and then make sure that it was told on the stage, for sure.
When does planning for next year begin?
It already started already.
It has.
I already have the theme already.
Okay.
And I'm launching September 1st.
Really?
For registration.
Why so soon?
Because there's a hype. And I think that you must keep where the hype is going.
Right.
And in Trinidad, the mass, as soon as Carnival done, at least they get ready, they already have the theme. You might not have the costume design. And I hope that there comes a time where band leaders are launching, not really launching the costume, but launching their band or at least their theme for next year early, so that we can have more the buy-in and have the product and service for Crop Over, because that's what helped build the Crop Over Festival. When the bands are getting ready, the singer songs are out early. Once we prepare early, I think that we would do better for 2026.
What does a launch look like for you, though? I mean, September, you just finished September already, so what would a launch look like? Just to put out information, or an activity?
Just for me, it's just going to be a little pre-registration for you to just register now. In November, I would then do a semi-launch, and then next year I would do the real launch.
I got you now. I see the sequence.
You see the sequence.
And so we're excited about looking forward to what 2026 has to offer with Zenobia.
Yes.
Quincy Jones is back, folks. Youth Explosion, thank you for being who you were. But Zenobia is now on the scene.
Yes, please.
But you're getting a more heightened experience indeed, because there's a lot more planning going into what happens indeed in the Zenobia band. Look out for the launch really, really soon indeed. But congratulations, Quincy, and your team for your successes of 2025 indeed, and welcome back to the space.
Yeah, thank you.
We need that more.
Yes, I am encouraging other young persons to come back to Crop Over or get involved in being band leaders. Too much young, the older persons are unfortunately not with us or have taken a role not to play, and there are not much of us that are young that are band leaders, and I want to make sure that we have more band leaders. If other young people want to do a band for Grand Crew, let me know, and I'll be giving them some little guidance, a manual, and let's let the competition begin afterwards.
Just a quick question.
Yes.
The absence of Gwyneth, did that play on your mind?
Yes, and it hurts me too because of Renee Radcliffe as well.
Yes.
Because she used to design for me as well. And me cheering on the jumpers on stage, I had a little this emotional because that is how I would learn how to bring on the bands, by Gwyneth, by Renee, by Betty. So by seeing them absent, it had this moment. I was like, whoa, I'm reliving something for other persons. So I hope that I'm encouraging persons, young people, to get involved in masquerading. I know a lot of young people are into junior modern and into singing for the calypso. I would like now to see more young people now into the masquerading. There's definitely a big hype in the junior kadooment, and I would like to see some of the junior kadooment bands now going into the grand kadooment for sure.
You never know.
You never know.
Never know. All right, Quincy Jones, thank you so much for joining us today, and keep the spirit alive. Thank you.
And thank you. And I would like to thank at least 2 sponsors for sure. I would like to thank the INCF for giving me the guidance that they have given me, and also to ABEDS, especially the Welches, the staff, the whole staff, the whole branch. But they have given me all they can. Thanks.
Well done. You're very welcome indeed. All right, folks, we're back in just a moment.
Okay, we ready now for Eden. You're seeing on stage now the section Eden reflecting the heart of the garden. In full bloom, a place where laughter flows like music, bold colors dance in the sunlight, and every masquerader becomes a living flower. The individual going for gold. A tribute to the Barbados Chelsea Flower Show. This theme is called Legacy, carried by Sharika Bennett. We know that in the heart of London, thousands gather each year to witness the world's finest floral artistry. For over a decade, Barbados has stood tall among the best, bringing home gold, silver, gilt, and silver awards, proudly waving the flag of our island in full bloom. This is a tribute to the Barbados Chelsea Flower Show in an individual presentation titled Legacy, as worn by Sharika Bennett. This section awakens the artistic soul of the garden. It celebrates our creative excellence, our bold colors, and the deep-rooted unity we carry across the oceans. All right, Shanika, you're gone. Wanna look good? Peyton Rosa, enjoy. Get ready to get on the road now.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. no one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guide.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
So we're 8 minutes to the hour now. Ninja Barbados Ninja Throwdown. You've seen it on TV. You see how people try. Some made it to the end, some did not, but we love the spills and the thrills, indeed, and it's happening soon. Real soon. As a matter of fact, joining me now are the co-founders Monique Hines and Delano Hines, and they're brought along the man who has designed the course, Mr. Perry Osterley. Good morning to each of you.
Good morning.
Thank you. Monique, this is usually a big event for a lot of Barbadians. When is it happening?
This weekend, August 16th and 17th at Featherbed Lane, St. John.
Oh, you're back there again.
That's right, and we're starting at 12 noon.
At noon?
Yes.
Anything different this year?
Oh, you'll have to come and find out. But yes, we do have, every year we change the course up, and Delano and Perry could speak more to that, but we do have, each year we improve and we make it a little more challenging, a few more pools, lots of fun for the whole family. Our playground as usual for the kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
So talk to me about the number of people who are competing and where they're from.
Oh, well, this year we have a super lineup. We have 234 competitors from all over the world. We have from Hong Kong for the first time, as well as Taiwan. And then we have from Israel. We have from Trinidad and Tobago, UK, Barbados, of course, USA, and Canada.
Wow, and that's a spectacle, folks. That's really going to be a spectacle. Same location, more challenges indeed this weekend, 16th and 17th,
Correct.
each day.
Yeah.
And each day starts?
At 12.
At 12
Doors
noon.
open at 11.
Right. And so how do we get in?
By ticket.
How?
You can get your ticket from Jeans Inc. in Sheraton, Always Summer in Maxwell, H&B Hardware at 6 Roads, and in Warrens.
Okay.
Yes.
And of course, we are one of the sponsors of this activity
Of
as well.
course.
I'm told in my ear we're bringing it live.
Yes.
Live?
There we go.
We've always done tape delayed.
Yes.
So live each day?
Correct. It's going to be live each day on CBC.
From 12 noon?
From 12 noon.
What? Now listen, folks, this is really a treat this year indeed. Delano, you're looking forward to this.
Yeah. You know, we are, year 9. Gets better each year.
Yeah.
We're not as, I think this time last year when we came, we were still rigging and putting obstacles up. This time we're finished. Well, we're finished. Yeah, we're not as, but yeah, this is exciting. I normally take it all day, take it all in, once the first competitor gets to the course and everything is running according to plan, and then after that, just rinse and repeat.
Right.
And then we are hoping for good weather. We're gonna try and run ahead of time just because it's an outdoor event. We want to keep on schedule or even ahead of schedule as well too. So people have been asking about what time to get there on each day. I'm like,
get there early.
Get there early, but obviously, I don't expect anyone to be there for a whole day. Yes. But if you are there, greatly appreciate it. Come and enjoy. But I'm definitely looking forward to, just seeing the skill, the quality. There are some new obstacles, and just everything can keep running smooth. It'll be.
I'm sure. Perry says it will. It will run smoothly.
Yeah.
Perry, designing an obstacle course like this, I call it an obstacle course. What goes into that?
A lot goes into that, but most importantly, it's good to find a good balance between making obstacles difficult and easy for all different age categories, as well as making sure that people at home can be like, oh wow, that looks hard, and be on the edge of their seat, like cheering someone on, as well as the audience live. So I really want to find like a good balance, and so far in the past couple of years we've done that, and this year is going to be even crazier. The Bayesian rotation has a fail rate of 43%, so expect a lot of splashes. And we've got the brand new green monkey trap obstacle, and boy, that will have even more splashes.
And he's not going to give us any more details for us. You'll have to come and see it for yourself indeed, or watch TV to see it for yourself. And so the course is set, and you pretty much timed it, or is it by time?
Yeah, so the course is completely ready for the athletes to compete on. And we have calculations and formulas in order to have the right time limit for each division. Yeah.
Okay. What I like, Monique, is, as well, and Delano, is that you, as Perry said, ages. and different abilities as well. And so talk to me about some of the ages of competition.
Oh yeah. So we have kids. We have kids size 6 to 8, right? Yeah, 6 to 8. Mature kids goes from 9 to 10, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, 10 to 10. Then we have preteens, 11 to 12, teens. Then we have young adults, elites, and masters. So we cater to
everybody.
We cater, and you know, again, as Perry would have mentioned, the obstacles are very multifunctional, and you know, you might just change the distance to make it more age appropriate, right? So I think we've struck a good balance, and we've taken a lot of feedback from, you know, what people want to see and what people want to do, and strike that balance between the crowd and the competitors to offer a very immersive course. Nice. And then an experience as well too. You know, the numbers speak for themselves. We have, this is the most overseas competitors we've ever had, and I think this is just going to open the door for more people to want to come and experience this. Indeed. So that's not a bad thing, right?
Not a bad thing. It's a nice problem to have.
That's a nice problem to have. But you know, it's like, you know, as I'm there thinking about it, it's like, well, Lord, you know, if we want to get like 300 people here, you know, it's 300 people, right? So it's going to be interesting to see how this is gonna you know, develop. Again, it's an outdoor course, right? So we have to try and work with the elements, which is, you know, but you know, we've had a couple of years where we've had rain. It's like, okay, you know,
it's gonna work out.
Yeah, no, it's yeah. You know, again, like I said, up to this point, compared to every single year, we've you know, had delays. You know, we've taken our own initiative to, you know, owning a lot of the infrastructure for the course specifically. So that's taken a lot of pressure off. So we're as prepared as can be. But obviously, you know, we will, you know, anything we can't control, it's like, oh, whatever, you know. You go
exactly.
Yeah, you
go whatever, we still have to throw down. And so, Monique, quickly, you know, we have some giveaways to do. So tell people quickly how to do so, how to win.
Well, the first caller.
Okay.
As simple as that will win.
If you want to go and you want to cap, be the first caller. We have a couple, one for Saturday and one for Sunday.
Yeah,
so you get a couple tickets for Saturday and a cap, and a couple tickets for Sunday and a cap.
Correct.
So it's happening Saturday and Sunday this weekend, and so if you want to go, own yourself 2 tickets and a cap, or own yourself 2 tickets and a cap for Sunday. real fast. And very quickly, Monique, because time is ticking so quickly. Tickets. Where can we go again?
Yes, again, tickets are available at Jeans Inc. in Sheraton, H&B Hardware in 6 Roads and Warrens, as well as Always Summer in Maxwell.
Right. So, folks, we are going to Featherbed Lane.
St. John, 12 noon.
12 noon. It starts at 12 noon. Do not dilly-dally. Come spend the entire day there because there are categories of competition that will make you laugh, make you sick on the edge of your seat, like Perry said, make you root for someone who you see putting their heart and soul into winning this thing. And to see them do it, oh boy, I can't imagine what that must feel like indeed. But you can by being there on Saturday and again on Sunday, Featherbed Lane in St. John. You know where it is now because you turn up in your numbers. So turn up and spend the day. Turn up and spend the day. The 9th edition of the Barbados Ninjas Throwdown is on, baby, this weekend indeed. And so to each of you, thank you, Monique, Delano, and Perry. Wish you well. And I know it's going to be an outstanding afternoon both days. Indeed, thank you.
And we welcome you to try the course.
Me?
Let's go.
Me?
Well, we got to get Perry to do it. Perry hasn't done it in a couple of years, right? He says he's retired, but he doesn't have a choice.
There you go.
Right?
And imagine we've never done it. I would fail him in trial number 1, but nonetheless. Thank you all for the invitation.
Thank you.
Of course, it's going to be a lot of fun. And don't forget, you can watch it here on TV8 on Saturday and on Sunday as well. So look out for it. It's on. That's it for today. My little crew joins me in wishing all of you a great today. Be it the will of the Lord. We'll see you when? Tomorrow. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning.